Welcome to our press conference that took place on the 28th of December, our last day of photography, as I remember, in 1988. We had originally thought about having each of the cast members in character responding to the press, and then we sort of decided that might be too dangerous, might not be able to control the spin, as it were. It was kind of fun to do that right there in the Paramount studio on the stage and have the Enterprise set there that they could all see lit and operating and functioning as a movie set.
More serious side.
Hello, hello, it works. Not now. Good morning. Thank you for being patient. For those of you who came for the opening of the Universal Star Trek game show, you're in the wrong place. Do you know me? One of you does. My name is Harve Bennett. There's another individual who's been at my side from the beginning. I'd like you to meet him now. He was the executive producer on Star Trek 4 and 5. And we like to say, and I hope you're listening back there, we like to say that judged by the graduates, we seem to be running the best directorial school on the West Coast. Ralph Winter, the executive producer of Star Trek.
Thanks. I want to welcome you to this first time that the cast has ever been assembled in Star Trek history, and we think that is a unique event here. We have finished principal photography 2 days ahead of schedule. We're on budget, and we're now doing some special effects photography that we'll finish today and a little bit over into tomorrow. And now I want to introduce our director, William Shatner.
Thank you. Thank you. You do a great Charlie Bludorn. He does have an English accent, doesn't he? Yeah. Good morning. Thank you all for coming. Behind me, you can barely make out my colleagues, and let me not waste an instant and introduce them. Would you open this curtain? There you go. The cast of Star Trek. George Takei.
Well, hello. Good to be here.
Nichelle Nichols.
My pleasure, Admiral, Captain.
And the gentleman who plays Chekhov.
Walter Koenig. Здравствуйте, товарищи, как путеваете?
That was the interested Jimmy Doohan.
Here stays and was like a sky few and there are deed.
My friend.
He's dead, Jim.
And a colleague.
This is all terribly logical, isn't it, Captain?
You're all wonderful. Would you come down here and let's drink a toast? The cast and crew of Star Trek V wishes you all a peaceful, non-polluting, enterprising New Year. Thank you very much. The day is also a work day, and some of the cast have to leave to continue, and some of us don't. So if you will forgive Leonard and Dee, who are rushing off to make this day end, the rest of the cast will be available to you, and some of us have to rush off to a sick bed, and some of us don't. So thank you very much, everybody. The next phase of this calculated morning is for the two producers to answer questions. and the cast members who will remain will come out and join you. There is dinner being served, lunch being served, is that correct? And I hope you'll avail yourself of it and take with you our greetings. Thank you. May I ask your questions, if you wish, of Harv Bennett?
Are you going to be standing about here for such questions, sir? Yes, I would like. Any questions about the picture, about Bill's experience, and so forth? Sir. Would you care to answer? Did you hear that question, Bill? No. How did you come to be chosen to direct Star Trek?
My people were chosen, and I was chosen. It was a contractual thing. Probably they were somewhat reluctant, but it came to pass. Leonard and everybody else was the most cooperative, wonderful, hard-working people I've ever met. The whole cast was just wonderful. How was it? It was one of the most delightful experiences. It was the most delightful experience of my life. What is Star Trek V about? We're about no good. We're about to be released June 16th, 14th, sometime in mid-June. As for the plot, you know, we'd try to keep it as secret as possible for as long as possible. We know that's about 2 more days. Will there be a number 6? I speak for myself. I fondly hope so.
There are those who are concerned that the title or the subtitle is The Final Frontier, and there are quite a few people who are worried that this may be
Don't
the
worry.
last. No?
Mr. Shatner, why...
Where are you?
Over here.
Okay.
Gail Murphy, ABC News. Why did you wait so long to make your directing debut?
Well, actually, it's not my debut. I'd been directing a lot of theater and a lot of television, but it sounds good.
Well, why did you wait so long before you directed a full-length feature film?
Nobody asked me. It was like the girl who wanted to get married, you know, or the guy who wanted to get married. Nobody asked me to direct a feature. I tried many times. You know, you asked me if I was going to do this all my life, and certainly I hope not. I hope there'll be an occasional other thing that I'll do. But Star Trek has been a wonderful experience in all its many forms. But if I were to do nothing else but to have completed this picture, I'd be satisfied with what I've done. The toughest thing was realizing that there are no answers, that nobody had answers, that even the specialists said, gee, I hope this works, you know. And I was going along saying, gee, I hope this works. And so we all said, boy, I hope this works. And I say to you all, I hope this works. We started shooting in Yosemite. We went on to Owens Valley, and we came back to stage 7. Well, there's a great deal new. What looks to be vaguely familiar as to the bridge is a totally new set.
Well,
well, maybe the final frontier isn't infinity. Next question.
is that a hint? You're reluctant to give away the plot, but you say...
Where is it coming from?
Right here, Bill.
There it is. All the way from San Francisco.
All the way from San Francisco. You say in 2 days the plot will leak out.
Well, facetiously 2 days. I hope 2 years.
Well, tease us a little bit as to what the story's about. A little bit more, especially with the competition you're going to be facing this summer with Batman and Karate Kid 3.
Well, we throw some blows that look like jiu-jitsu, like Karate Kid 3, and we have some masked individuals like Batman. So instead of going to see those 2 pictures, you can come see our picture and get all 3 together. You see? Everybody dies at the end of this picture. But in the true science fiction tradition, not necessarily. What the future holds, I don't know, but I can't emphasize or communicate to you the joy that I have had in this last year. The people that I have known peripherally for all these years, Harv and Ralph Winter, who should be up here, to name two, let alone the rest of the cast and the people who worked on the show. An actor gets to know people in a peripheral fashion. Just they come and the actor comes and goes while the rest of the people stand by. But here, on almost a 24-hour basis, I got to know these people who are now, I consider my friends, and we've had a rather uncommon experience in filmmaking. We've had a good time, and it has remained a good time, and we are still close. We are not only as close as we were, but closer. That's unusual in the high-stress atmosphere of making a film.
Mr. Shatner, speaking of high stress, right here.
Yes. Have you got some vitamins on you?
Did you, during any time directing the picture, go to yellow or red alert?
Medically, I think so. There was when the first medical alert, the first red alert, is when the budget comes down. There's a vast difference between David Lowery, the writer of the script, and Harv and I sitting around a table saying, "Wouldn't it be fun if?" We did a lot of that, and then Ralph takes it over and says, "This is how much it's going to cost," and then I guess we say, "Wouldn't it have been fun if?" And you have to make the realities fit the fantasy, and in order to do that, we had to cut some time out of the shooting schedule, particularly on location, which is very expensive. So the big red alert was trying to make the location time fit the number of shots I had in mind. Yeah, that was a big one.
Mr. Shatner, in the television show, Star Trek has made peace with the Klingons. Will we see Klingons in this? And if not, who are our arch rivals this time?
Klingons are with us.
As friend or foe?
That's an interesting question. Thank you very much, everybody.
I would like to say just one last thing to you all that no one else can say. And I speak for Ralph and I speak for all of us. William Shatner is a terrific director. He's had a happy set. He's led by example so much that we've all lost 5-6 pounds. He's led the charge. His exuberance, his enthusiasm, and his natural good spirit have made this maybe the happiest of all our voyages, and I thank you and I salute you. And may the film be as good as your spirits. Please join us for some food and champagne.
So that was our last day of photography, and that's the press conference that wrapped that all up. And we had a pretty good attendance there that day. Mostly local press, domestic press, coming to just get a little tease of what was going to happen in this, which was the follow-up to the very successful Voyage Home movie. So, hope you enjoyed that.